This doll was so strange. He loved eating wood from a young age, but his father was a wooden man. One day, the father made a wooden windmill, wanting to use it to make his son happy. But the next second, the wooden windmill was eaten by the iron doll. The father saw this and shook his head indulgently. In his heart, as long as his son was happy, that was enough. The father often made wooden toys for him, but every time he made a toy, it would be eaten by the iron doll. Sometimes, before he could even finish making the toy, it would be eaten by the iron doll. The iron doll gradually grew up, and his appetite also grew larger and larger. Toys were no longer enough for him to eat. The iron doll started eating furniture. Gradually, there was less and less furniture in the house. Soon, a hole was eaten in the house. The father had no choice but to keep repairing the house, but the speed at which the father repaired was far from keeping up with the speed at which the child ate. With great difficulty, he used wood to prop up the dilapidated house, but the main pillar was eaten by the iron doll. Seeing the house about to collapse, the father quickly rushed over to protect the iron doll. The collapsing beam heavily smashed into the father's body. He struggled to push the beam away and quickly checked if the iron doll was injured. Seeing that his son was unharmed, the father only then started worrying about the house. Facing the boundless wilderness, the father felt very upset. The iron doll wanted to comfort his father, but the father broke free from his hand and sat alone to the side. Seeing his sad father, the iron doll felt very guilty. At this moment, he saw the toys his father had made for him in the past. The iron doll secretly made a decision. The sound of thunder woke up the sleeping father. Only a windmill was left beside him. He searched everywhere for the child's figure. Suddenly, he saw a bright light on the top of a distant mountain. The father climbed to the top of the mountain with difficulty in the storm. The iron doll was standing motionless on the mountaintop. He quickly went forward to check and found that the fire in front of the iron doll's chest had been extinguished by the rain. It turned out that the iron doll was unwilling to implicate his father and deliberately ran to the top of the mountain to extinguish his own fire. The father blew hard at the fire in the iron doll's chest, wanting to wake up the child. But this was completely futile. The father held the iron doll and stood in the wind for a long time, then carefully laid the iron doll flat and placed the windmill on his son's chest. Suddenly, a breeze blew past, and the windmill began to rotate. The father suddenly thought of something. He modified the windmill into his son's body. The windmill drove the axle to turn, and the son miraculously woke up.